Hello everyone, welcome to another Rummy review, and today we are looking at another PlayArts Kai figure, again from Final Fantasy, this time number 15, the latest installment in the series. And we're looking at the main character himself, Noctis, Lucis, Caelum. So another figure I found at EB Games. Again, I'm pretty impressed on how they're getting all these pretty sick imported figures over here in North America, which is pretty cool. I believe you could also get this figure in a special pre-order pack with the actual game, which I did not know about, so shame on me. So we've seen this stuff before with the Cloud figure. There's that big, ugly warning logo, which I can thankfully cut out of that shot here. Speaking of the shot, the figure is pretty freaking big. I can barely fit it in the screen here, so yeah. Again, we got a PlayArts Kai logo right there. Again, we have the more logos there at the bottom. I think we've seen this before. We got Final Fantasy 15, PlayArts Kai, the name of the figure, and of course we have some shots at the back here. So the other three main characters that you can collect, which I believe they had 2 of the 3 at EB Games. So yeah, they had those 2 there. They didn't have this guy, so oh well. But yeah, we got kind of a bit of a shot here of Noctis holding the weapons. Again, we got a buttload of warning logos here, all in Japanese, which we cannot read. Some stuff here at the top. Again, nothing new. Now, the window does open here, and you can see the figure on the inside. You got all the swords, the hand pieces. A lot less than what Cloud came with, obviously, because he had the fusion sword parts. But yeah, so there we go. Again, we got some backstory here on Noctis, if in case you didn't know. But I think we already know the lore behind Noctis. Basically, how it goes, if you're not familiar already, is that after his final battle with Naruto at the Valley of the End, he basically went on a journey of self-discovery and redemption in order to purify himself. Wow, I bet I'm the first one to use that joke. You know, they do say that Noctis looks a lot like Sasuke, but, you know, I like Noctis a lot more. Some stuff here. Yep, of course, they got that stand that you have to build on your own. Really don't like that. Okay. Oh, that's new package smell. Let's just take a look at what we got here. So here we got one of his swords. That detail, man, look at that. That is sick. It's got like some sort of engine or whatever on it. You gotta love Final Fantasy and their weapon creativity, dude. Crazy. Again, we got another sword here. There's that. Hand pieces, left hand piece, open, slightly open. Again, the ungloved, slightly opened hand. The grip. And of course the same fist here, just ungloved for the right hand. Let's take a look at Noctis himself. Looks pretty nice. He's too tall. Okay, there we go. Kind of. Looks pretty nice, gotta say. Oh, what's this? Plastic. Okay. He looks a bit bigger than Cloud. I don't know, his torso looks larger. I'm not sure. So here we go. I gotta say, detail's pretty sick. It's got, again, what was it, 20 points or 12 points? 20 points of articulation. That makes more sense, not 12. So yeah, we got the elbows, we got the wrists, we got the head, we got the abdominal / pectoral bend. Well, there seems to be some sort of movement you can do there, but it's kind of hindered. We got the knees, ankles, legs up at the thigh area. Yeah, let's take a closer look at that sculpt. Again, it's so dark you can barely see it. Yeah, no, the eyes look really good. Nice sea blue. His hair has that shine that it did in the game. His jacket looks identical to the one in the game as well. Like, all the detail was put on here. I can see all the studs, pouches, the shirt. It's got all like the little crossbones on it. Looks pretty nice. Looks pretty punk. He's got his I think his elbows or his shoulders move a bit more than Cloud's do. Again, probably because, you know, this is a update, or this is a new figure, so maybe they fix that up a bit. Hope he can stand better than Cloud can. He seems to be able to. Yeah, he stands okay. I know Cloud has a problem standing, which was kind of a big problem, I think, that the figure had, but Noctis seems to be okay. Alright, just to let all you folks know at home that this is exactly what the stand looks like and the sprue kit it comes in. So yeah, you have to assemble like all of this from scratch, which is kind of a pain, but regardless, I'm still gonna have to do it because, you know, I'm a completionist. Okay, so after 30 minutes at least of painstakingly assembling this freaking stand here, we finally have it done, and we can pose Noctis here and take a good look at him. Really awesome figure. Really love the sculpt, the posing, the articulation. I think a bit better than the Cloud figure. I think since then they've updated it a bit. The lack of gear or whatever on his clothing that allows more movement. But yeah, so this is Noctis. As we can see here, it looks pretty sick. If we get a closer shot right there, we can get a good look at his face. Looks pretty nice. Again, the clothes are pretty awesome. One thing that I have noticed too, which is a bit better on this figure from the Cloud one, is that the swords are easier to put onto the grip hands because their hilts or whatever are a lot, you know, more round and a lot smoother, and the ends are not, you know, too wide. You can actually slide them on easier, so it's a lot more comfortable to put these on without the fear of breaking them, because that was my biggest worry. This actually does come out, so I guess you can slide it in and out if you want to, like from the bottom. So that makes putting the sword, at least this sword, on a lot easier. The engine sword here also more of a round hilt, a lot more smooth, easier to put on. This thing gets in the way a bit, but regardless, it's still a lot easier to put on opposed to the fusion sword. So yeah, we got two grip hands here for either arm. And of course we have our two fist pieces right here, and we have the two slightly open palm hand pieces, which I already have on the figure. You can clearly see a lot of excessive detail was put into this figure, like really into the paint job, as you can clearly see. One of the most badass looking figures I think I've unboxed in quite a while. So yes, this has been Noctis Lucis Caelum from Final Fantasy 15 in the PlayArts Kai line. I would highly recommend picking him up if you're a big fan of Final Fantasy. There is a lot of love and tender care put into this sculpt work of this figure. I would highly recommend getting it. It is a little pricey, you know, 170 bucks is quite a bit, and it's a little excessive, I think, for, you know, the amount of stuff he does come with. If you enjoyed this video, please comment, like, and subscribe, and I shall see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.